morning. Today is Thursday, February 18th. For lunch today, there's cheeseburger on a bun with golden french fries, or chicken taco salad, or crispy chicken nuggets, or mini corn dogs. Today in grades 4 through 5, it's an A day. In grades 6 through 8, it's a B day. During today's recess in the gym, Mr. Parks's and Mr. Kirchmeyer's class will have the Boys and Girls Club option. Spring sports registration for Nakusa Athletics is going on now. Your registration packets can be found in the main office, and practice will start on Monday, April 5th. And there's no birthdays in the building today, so we'll try again tomorrow. Hey everybody! So if you're walking through the hallways of AMS and you come down by the 5th grade wing, you can't help but notice this phenomenal mural that Ms. Hope's class put together for Black History Month. I mean, check this out. Not only is the artistry beautiful and it just really pops off the wall, but you had some well-researched biographies of everybody that you're looking at here. Now, the people I want to introduce you today for Black History Month lived at the same time with Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. You're going to see Martin Luther King mentioned in the video. However, this takes place right here in Wisconsin. At the same time that a lot of the racial integration issues were going on that Martin Luther King was in the middle of, that very thing was happening in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so for today, I'd like to introduce you to the story of Vel Phillips and Father James Groppe. At the end of this video, I'd like you to share with somebody else in your class something new that you learned about how the fight for civil rights took place, not just nationally, but here in Wisconsin.
In the 1960s, Milwaukee was divided. The black community lived in the north, the white in the south. The 16th Street Viaduct was the bridge that connected the two communities, but more than just a river separated them. Things were getting tense. The inner core was falling apart, and families were left with few options. The black community was hurting. Something had to give. Two people bravely stepped up to lead the way. Vel Phillips and Father James Groppe were an unlikely pair of heroes. Vel's story is a tale of firsts. She became the first African-American woman to become a Milwaukee alderwoman and to introduce a fair housing law.
And I just didn't see why I should not be able to live anywhere in the city that I could afford to live.
James Groppe put himself through seminary school driving buses. While few others bothered to listen to the troubles of the inner core, this bus driver lent an ear. The words of the people went straight to his heart.
When someone black came to me and said, "Look, Father, they won't rent to me beyond 27th Street at that time. What did you want me to do as a white priest in Henry City Parish?" No, that was my fight.
He was not the man who kindled the fire. He was the one who kept the lid on it. That's the reason Milwaukee didn't burn.
Father Groppe joined the struggle for civil rights in Milwaukee. Their weapons weren't bullets or bombs. They fought by marching. A lot of marching. The two started with big steps. Vel proposed a new citywide fair housing law, but it was rejected on a 20-to-1 vote. Father Groppe became the NAACP Youth Council Advisor. The group picketed white-only establishments, held prayer vigils, and sang Christmas carols to those who didn't think they'd make good neighbors. In the summer of '67, cities all over the country, including Milwaukee, had violent riots. The streets seemed too dangerous for anyone, anywhere. On August 28, 1967, Father Groppe led the first small group of marchers through thousands of hostile people. Groppe announced,
We'll never stop until we get complete human dignity.
We're going to get fair housing legislation in the city of Milwaukee. We're going to walk till our feet are tired. Then we're going to walk on our ankles and on our knees.
For 200 days, they marched through angry crowds, tear gas, and violent outbreaks. The marchers' dedication to their cause was stronger than all of these. Martin Luther King Jr. sent a telegram to Father Groppe. You are demonstrating that it is possible to be militant and powerful without destroying life or property. Please know that you have my support and prayers. In 1968, Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination brought together blacks and whites. It was time. In Washington, D.C., President Lyndon Johnson signed a national fair housing law so that people could live where they want to live. After that, the city of Milwaukee passed Vel Phillips' fair housing law, too.
It took a long time simply because it was new, it was controversial, it was political, and it was just difficult, but we did it. We just go with the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution. We got everything to work with.
After years of struggle by the people of Milwaukee, the city was finally starting to come together.
All right, now it's your turn. What's something new that you learned about the fight for civil rights in the 60s that happened here in Wisconsin? Again, here's a bunch of national figures, but that same work is happening right here in our very state. All right, you take care.